Here's something that will make you question everything you thought you knew about fairness in education and international relations. This week's most explosive stories reveal deep fractures that could reshape entire regions. We've handpicked 7 compelling narratives from the past week that have captivated audiences across Hong Kong, mainland China, Southeast Asia, and the global stage. These stories don't just inform. They expose underlying tensions that most media outlets barely scratch the surface of. Want to stay ahead of the curve on stories that actually matter? Consider joining our community of informed readers who refuse to accept surface-level reporting. Academic excellence meets institutional bias. Malaysian university system under fire after rejecting stellar Chinese student. Brace yourself for this one. Malaysia's higher education establishment is drowning in controversy after turning away an ethnic Chinese student whose academic achievements were virtually flawless. This isn't just another admission story. It's a powder keg that's reigniting fierce debates about racial quotas in university placements. But here's where it gets controversial. 6 different accounting programs rejected this near-perfect candidate, raising uncomfortable questions about whether merit truly matters when ethnicity enters the equation. Are we witnessing systematic discrimination disguised as policy? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Pentagon insider drops bombshell. Hegseth's China stance signals dramatic policy U-turn. And this is the part most people miss. According to a former Pentagon official, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's recent declarations that America isn't actively pursuing confrontation with China represents nothing short of a seismic policy transformation. This isn't typical diplomatic rhetoric we're talking about here. When someone with insider knowledge calls it a significant shift, you know something major is brewing behind closed doors. Could this signal the end of the hawkish approach that has defined U.S. China relations for years? 3. Trump's TikTok chess game intensifies. 4th extension granted as Xi meeting looms. President Donald Trump just pulled another strategic move in the TikTok saga, granting his 4th deadline extension since returning to office, and the timing is absolutely fascinating. This latest reprieve comes strategically positioned before a highly anticipated conversation with Chinese President Xi Jinping. But here's what's really intriguing. Each extension seems calculated, almost as if TikTok has become a bargaining chip in a much larger geopolitical game. Is this genuine negotiation, or are we watching masterful political theater unfold? 4. Outrageous overcharging scandal rocks Hong Kong. Tourists' shocking herb bill exposes dark side of local pharmacies. Prepare to be stunned by this revelation. A Singaporean visitor was slapped with a mind-boggling Angkok Hay $30,400 bill for herbal remedies, triggering urgent warnings about predatory practices plaguing Hong Kong's pharmacy sector. This astronomical charge isn't just about one unfortunate tourist. It's lifting the lid on systematic exploitation that authorities are scrambling to address. The incident has sparked heated discussions about whether Hong Kong's reputation as a safe travel destination is being undermined by unscrupulous businesses targeting unsuspecting visitors. What strikes me as particularly troubling is how these stories interconnect, from educational discrimination to diplomatic maneuvering to consumer exploitation. Each narrative reveals institutions and systems that may not be operating as transparently or fairly as we're led to believe. So here's my question for you. Are these isolated incidents? Or are we witnessing symptoms of deeper systemic issues that demand immediate attention? Which of these stories resonates most strongly with your own experiences or concerns? I'm genuinely curious whether you see these developments as progress, regression, or simply the inevitable complexity of our interconnected world. Let's have an honest conversation about what these stories really mean for ordinary people caught in the middle of these institutional decisions.